Hello, my name is Julie, and I will be discussing 4 artifacts from different time periods today. I will be comparing how each one is similar and different. The first piece I will be discussing is the mummy of Heraclides. Because the Egyptians believed in immortality, they would go through the long process of mummifying their deceased, and in order to prepare them for the afterlife. Because of sickness and disease, many Egyptians would die at a young age. Heraclides was only around 20 when he died. His body was mummified and a portrait of his face was placed on top. The portrait was painted using tempera wax and gold leaf on a panel of linden wood. And the style of his portrait, as you can see, is very naturalistic. Because of his body being wrapped in shrouds painted in red, it is believed that he was of great importance and might have been a priest, scribe, or worshiper. The next piece I will be discussing is the funerary mask of Agamemnon. Although this mask was labeled as Agamemnon, it has been proven that it was misnamed by archaeologists and could not possibly belong to Agamemnon. This mask was discovered in a grave in Citadel of Mycenae. Just like the Egyptians, the mask would be placed over a wrapped body, and the deceased would have also elaborate goods buried in their grave. The mask would be made of gold that was beaten from behind to create the shape of the face. Because of the face being abstract, it is not clear if it was meant to be a portrait or just a general face. Next piece is the Sirteri sarcophagus. The Etruscans viewed the afterlife like the Egyptians and believed that they would have a good life. The Etruscans would dig tombs out of limestone that would harden once exposed to air. Just like the Egyptian tombs, they would also bury their dead in elaborate objects for our afterlife. In this tomb, the sarcophagus of a man and his wife were discovered as if they were lounging around in a banquet. Sarcophaguses are typically made of stone, metal, or terracotta, but in this case, it was made of terracotta. And as you can see, the man and the woman do not have naturalistic appearances. They are very much stylized and have elongated bodies. The last artifact that I will be discussing is the fresco of the Good Shepherd in the catacomb. The catacomb was a burial ground that anyone, including criminals, could be buried in under the Roman law. Just like the Etruscans, the Christians dug out tufa bedrock to create the catacombs, and the wealthier Christians would be able to pay to get cubicula for their sarcophagi. Many cubiculums would have a whole family buried in it. Cubiculums would have a fresco on the ceiling with images of the Old Testament. This cubiculum has images of the Good Shepherd and his stories of Jonah and Orans. The images in the fresco are stylized and are not naturalistic. It looks as though it was more important for them to tell a story than to be realistic. So, in conclusion, the main thing that all these artifacts have in common is that they all have to do with the afterlife. It seems that no matter what time period it is, we tend to believe that there will be an afterlife, even if it's good or bad. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I thank you for listening.